Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you, everyone? I hope you are well today, and also hope you are staying by at your home until the pandemic is over. So today I would like to present about my analysis. This analysis of novel The Maze Runner: The Death Cure. Okay, next. This is the cover of this novel. Okay, the title is The Maze Runner: The Death Cure. It is the third of sequel, The Maze Runner. The author is James Dashner. The genre is dystopian literature. The language is English. The year in 2011. The synopsis. Carrying the headline Maze Runner: The Death Cure. Predictably, the third series of Maze Runner was an attempt to find the drug to fight the flare fires. However, the steep road must have been passed by Thomas, Newt, and Frighten. They were the last gliders who could be immune to flare fires. In this last part, the story opened with the efforts of Thomas et al. To save Minho. The strategy: Thomas et al. Intercepted the group of Minho who were on their way to Lost City. Located behind a wall, Lost City was a city inhabited by selected people. In that city, there was the Weak Organization, an organization that was looking for a virus-immune drug by torturing people like Minho. Thomas wanted to save Minho because he didn't want Minho to die for being a junior pig. On the way to the Lost City, Thomas et al. Were attacked by Cranks, a human who became a zombie because of the flare virus. Fortunately, Jorge and Brenda came at the right time. They finally managed to reach the Lost City limit, which was outside the wall. Although he had doubts and did not know how to get into the Lost City, Thomas did not expect him to meet Gally. Gally was an old friend who was thought to have died. Through Gally, Thomas and friends finally broke into the Lost City to save Minho. Inside Lost City, Thomas also met Teresa, the woman who loved but who was considered a betrayer. Teresa worked as a researcher for a week. The problem became more complicated when Newt began to weaken due to exposure to the flare fires. In the midst of the battle between Thomas and Wicht, it turned out the rebel group led by Lawrence managed to get into Lost City and create riots. Okay, next. Dystopian literature. Yeah, we've already established that the Maze Runner series is dystopian, but it's important to acknowledge that this is the third book in the series, so it also has a dystopian ending. Dystopian literature is a form of speculative fiction that began as a response to utopian literature. A dystopia is an imagined community or society that is dehumanizing and frightening. A dystopia is an antonym of utopia, which is a perfect society. Dystopian endings are almost never happy. In fact, they are usually a whirlwind of emotions. Readers often feel sort of happy, but also extremely sad. We mean, okay, yeah, some of our heroes have survived, but the world is ending, sort of. Even if some people are happy, most people are dead. Okay, next. Theme. The first one, death and suffering, and then madness, lies and trust, memory, manipulation, morality and ethics, hate, friendship. Okay, next. Plot. Elements of plot. First one, exposition. Jensen tells the gliders, Group A and Group B, that most of their number are immune to the flare while some are not. Reading out names of people who are not immune to the flare. Racing action. Brenda and Jorge are revealed to be working for Wick. Climax. Wick uses Thomas' chips to force him to resist the procedure. Brenda, Jorge, and Minho have to hold him down in order for Hans to perform the surgery. Failing action. After returning to Denver, Thomas sees that Newt has succumbed to the flare. Thomas answers Newt's pleas by shooting him in the head as an act of mercy. The group then discovers Teresa and the other immunes have been captured. Resolution. Thomas wakes up to find a note from Chancellor Favage, head of Wick, explaining there are already enough resources from the trials to make a blueprint for the cure, and that his brain is not needed after all. Next. Characterization. Kind of characters. The major characters are Thomas, Newt, Minho, Teresa, Brenda, and Jorge. And the minor characters are Jensen, Vince, Gally, Aris, Lawrence, and Alba Page. Characteristic. To the name. Proof. Page 1, line 32. When Sid said it was too late for Thomas, and insisted that he succumb to the flare repeatedly. Then, through appearance, proof, page 1, line 41. Then he flashed a pathetic grin, his eyes setting on Thomas. Next. By the author. Proof, page 1, line 1. Thomas swore this to himself 1,000 times a day. The dialogues. Proof, page 4, line 25. Because Thomas, there's no value in keeping you in the dark. The last one, in action. Proof, page 15, line 3. Thomas said, attempting to process everything he just heard. Next. Settings. Setting of time. First one, the exact same meal 3 times a day. Page 1, line 4. Second one, we all agreed to eat just last night. Page 32, line 30. Last one, now let's go or we'll have a repeat of yesterday. Setting of place. First one said it was somehow related to all these people escaping from Wick headquarters. Page 72, line 23. I know a guy named Hans who moved to Denver. Page 60, line 7. They'd come to Paradise. Page 178, line 27. Next. Point of view. The novel is written in the third-person point of view. The novel is written from the point of view of the author. The author is telling the story of the last pass of the experiments that Thomas and his friends undergo, as well as the various events that follow Thomas and his group escaping from Wick. Okay, next. The implication. We have to be aware of who you work with and choose the thing that can be useful for everyone. Next. The philosophy. The author tries to inform the reader that not all of people around us you thought have a good from outside, sometimes bad inside. Okay, next. Style. Dictions. First one, simple diction. He made his way down the last section of the slope and stepped onto an icy sidewalk that encircled the campus. Page 143, line 4. Polysyllabic dictions. Blah blah blah, and here he was voluntarily going back. Page 141, line 22. Figurative languages. blah blah blah, and spit flew from his mouth as he yelled. Page 139, line 18. It is a simile of figurative language. Last colloquial dictions. You can go boo-hoo with your friends all you want about how unfair we've been. Next. The sentence construction. First one, the simple sentence. Thomas was taken aback. Page 12, line 3. Compound sentence. It was a dark but tidy room with no furniture. Page 70, line 4. Complex sentence. Anyway, the right arm pointed an insider who knew about how the building functions. Page 71, line 11. Okay, thank you. Boom. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.